Hello YouTube, this is my first makeup tutorial and let's get into it. So we're going to start prepping the eyebrow so that way I can pencil in. And I am going in with an angled brush using the Colourpop pomade in the shade Black and Brown. And I'm just going to do light strokes, trying not to go heavy-handed, trying to make it look as natural as possible with the light brush strokes. So next I'm going in with the Milani foundation, 2-in-1 concealer to contour my eyebrows and give it more of a clean look. So now I'm just going to lightly do brush strokes. I don't want to go too crazy because I don't want to end up messing up the work that I just did. If you make a boo-boo, it's okay. Just fill it in. Mistakes happen. It sucks because my eyebrows are a soft arch and I really want a high arch, but, beggars can't be choosers. I'm going to continue outlining the brow with the concealer just to give that crisp finish. I'm using the Milani foundation 2-in-1 concealer, the same thing I use to contour my eyebrows. I'm using to cover my face, and I'm going with the silicone beauty blender, and I'm just trying to cover up as much as the blemishes as much as possible, trying to cover those imperfections. I'm going to prep the eye with an eyeshadow base from Essence Cosmetics. It's called I Love Color Intensifying. I'm going to put those on the lids. I do have oily eyelids, and this product actually works on my lids for the most part, depending on the day. Some days I have oily lids, some days I don't. So I guess it all depends on how my eyelids are feeling that day. So I'm just going to work it on the eyelid, just dabbing, dabbing. Finally, after 10 hours of prepping the face, I'm going in with the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just going to use this. I normally use this palette for transitional colors, so that's what I'm going to start out with on the lid. I'm going to grab a fluffy brush, and I need new brushes. The brushes that I purchased were on Amazon for like $30, but I mean, it gets the job done, so I can't complain. But definitely income tax season, definitely getting some new brushes. But I have to work with what I got. So I'm going to take this color a little bit below the brow line, only because the cut creases, I have to do a very high cut crease, only because I have hooded eyes. So you'll see how it works out at the end. But I'm just going to keep blending this out with the fluffy, crappy brush that I have. I'm going to continue adding more color and depth to the lids. And all the details of this video will be in the description box below of all the shades that I used. So I'm bringing out the Morphe Pride palette, and I'm going to go in the shade Sexuality. I'm using a small diffusing tapered brush, and I normally use this brush for smoky looks, but this is definitely my go-to brush. This is from the BH Cosmetics Smoky Eye Essential brush set, and you can get it for $9. It comes a 7-piece set from BH Cosmetics. Once I've completed using Sexuality, I am going to use a eyeshadow blending brush from Elf Cosmetics, and I'm going to go back to my Jaclyn Hill palette and dip into the Royalty shade, and I'm going to lightly blend out that color into the Sexuality. I'm not trying to go too hard with this color. I kind of just want to give it like a little hint of it. I don't want it to go too dark neither. For my cut crease, I'm going to be using Juvia's Place Concealer in the shade 16. Now for the cut crease, I actually got a concealer brush and used lash glue to flatten down the bristles. That's actually a hack that I learned from watching Instagram videos. And I feel as though it gives more of a crisp line. So I'm just going out slowly while holding my breath and for dear life that I don't mess it up, because if you mess it up, you basically have to start all over again, and it definitely is something that is time consuming. So you want to make sure you take your time when you do a cut crease. I completed my cut crease and I'm going in with the Juvia's Place palette, the Saharan palette, my fault. And I'm going to go in with the shade Fula, and I'm going to just go on with my lids, and I want to get that shimmeriness. But don't worry with the cut crease. I will definitely do a how-to cut crease in a separate video. Just for time's sakes, I'm trying to keep my video under 10 minutes so that way it doesn't get too boring. And I'm just going to go and I'm going to spread that color, and I'm going to leave a little bit of like maybe a line, like a centimeter between the lid and my cut crease, because I'm going to add a different color into that, and you'll see later on in the video. I'm going to go back in with my Royalty shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette just to close off that half cut crease. I do apologize if I didn't mention this. I am doing a half cut crease, not a full cut crease. And I'm just working on blending in those shades together so it's not so blunt, and it's just, you know, a smooth transitional look. Using the Morphe Pride palette, I'm going to go into the shade 1978, and it's like this holographic purple color, which I'm like totally in love with. Definitely use as a topper on the lid for a completed look. And so that space that I was saving is actually what I'm using to fill in that space. Is the shade 1978 to give it that holographic look. For the lower lash line, I am mixing 1978 from the Morphe Pride palette and the Sexuality shade together for the lower lash line. I definitely did skip some major steps, especially with applying the magnetic eyelashes and my eyeliner, but I will save that for another video. So right now I'm just doing the concealer under the eyes, just to hide some of those dark circles. And also to complete this look. But definitely will make another video of me applying my magnetic lashes and my eyeliner. But obviously, if you can see in the background, my husband was being a pain in my butt. So for the contour on my face, I'm using the Morphe palette, Brontour palette in the shade Frenemy, and I'm going to just contour my cheeks and my forehead because I have a huge forehead. Once I've contoured my face, I'm gonna go in with a highlight. I'm using the Makeup Revolution blush palette Goddess, and I'm just doing my nose. You know, gotta highlight all the imperfections. No, I'm just kidding. For the last and final piece to my look, I'm using a Profusion lip liner and a liquid lipstick, and I'm just going to apply that to the lips. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Bird might not be fly.